get rolling?
Yeah, let's go.
Please.
Okay. So today we're sitting down for a Funktasy exclusive with Mosimann, the creator of the viral Dream Track series and the mind behind the new single Halo with Tribs. So, Dream Track has become a viral series. What sparked the idea of challenging guests to describe their dream song and turning those descriptions into real tracks on camera?
You know what? I had no idea that this concept would be one day viral like it is now at the moment. I thought I was going to do that with my friends, with my mom. I started doing that because I was a huge fan from. I don't know if you've seen those guys, photographer. They are in. There's like a few of them in New York. There's a few of
Hmm.
them in France, and they just talk with people,
Oh
and
yeah,
they take a picture with you,
absolutely.
and you stay until the end, and you see the picture, and there is like an exchange. There is something cool, like a cool vibe, and it's super short. And I was like thinking about it and was like, okay, I should try to do something like that with music. And so I decided to talk with people, you know, and start asking them if they could snap their fingers and release their only ultimate dream track. How would it be?
Yeah.
And at some point, I ended up with Rita Ora, with Hugh Jackman, with Ariana Grande, and it became like super cool to do, and it's always different. It's never the same. People are always very interested to do
Mhm.
some new stuff, and I mean, as you said, it became viral, but
Mm.
like I'm the first to be impressed. Like I sometimes I don't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very unique concept. So
Thank
it
you, thank
explains
you.
why it became such a viral sensation, basically. But yeah, that's
But you
awesome.
know what? I wish I could do more DJs.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, I'd be super happy because I realized that I do a lot of actors, and I think I did Bob Sinclair,
Hmm.
and I will release soon the one with Ugel, a friend of mine.
Mhm.
We were
Mhm.
together in Ibiza, but that's it. So if you guys have any idea, and also for the people who's watching, I'd be super happy. Give me some material,
Yeah, definitely.
We'll
Youhan.
definitely take you up on that.
Yeah,
please.
for sure. Also, a question. So, what surprised you the most about people's dream songs? Usually, is it like always kind of like recurring themes, or does everybody think about music completely differently, in your opinion?
Well, the funny thing is sometimes I interview people who are absolutely not related to the music industry or whatever. Look, so I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out an example, but I shot like I did a video with Hugh Jackman. It's not out yet, like a few days ago, and he told me, "Oh, I love your concept. It's fun, but um, I'm a." He kind of told me that he was a recent singer, and I was like, "Nah, come on. I saw you. I saw you on the Greatest Showman. Like the movie, and
Yeah.
he
Mhm.
was like already singing like a god to me. And he said, no, but and he tried to trick me. I would say that's the second thing I was going to tell you because, for example, Bob Sinclair,
Mm.
he really wanted to set me up. He wanted me to not achieve my goal, which was releasing his dream track. You can see it. I mean, it's in French for you guys, but uh,
Mhm.
he really wants me to not achieve the mission.
Mm.
And I have the feeling that the more people asking me not to be easy on the
Yeah.
process, the more it works, which is
Yeah.
sometimes complicated for me.
Hmm. It's complicated, but it becomes more creative this way, more
Yes, I
challenging,
guess.
but in a good way.
I guess.
Awesome.
So let's get then, since we've talked about the Dream Track series, let's talk about Halo specifically. What made you feel like this would become an official release? Why was this for you
Okay.
the right one to launch musically for the public to enjoy as a track?
That's a good question because how can I say that? I was trying. No, I start over. Sorry. Um, with all the Dreams tracks that I released, all the time people are asking in the comments, can we listen to the full version? Can we go on Spotify and listen to the full version? I'm always like, for those who doesn't really understand the music, I can't do whatever I want. I can just post a video online on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. That's fine, but I can't like have the rights to release a song with the
Mhm.
voice of Michael Jackson and anything they want. So I started to think at some point that'd be nice if I take that idea and I do a dream track on each countries that I love. So I started to think, okay, now in Poland, I have this track called Underneath the Blue that's everywhere on the radio. So I just went there. I went to Warsaw and I decided to meet radio owner, labels, and I said, okay, guys, I want to do a dream track with one Polish artist. Do you have an idea? Everybody told me Trips. You gotta meet Trips, Trips, Trips. I met the guy and I told him, okay, it's gonna be a bit different. We're gonna do your dream track, but it has to be not with something that people knows. So you have to be more creative. You have to be more crazy in a way. So that's why he started the video by sending me something with the airdrop sound. And he said,
Mhm.
okay, put the airdrop sound. I was like, are you sure? Yes. So the drop of this one is like a very, very far from the original airdrop sound, but still it's an inspiration. And he told me because Chopin is a
Mhm.
French and Polish composer, very famous
Mhm.
composer. And it's
Perfect.
you gotta it was perfect, like the perfect match. And he told me, yeah, you should try to sample this guy because he's from the I don't know the 30s, I assume, even less. I don't know. I'm bad at it, but you see, it was free of rights. It was easy to clear. I said, okay, let's go, let's do that. And now I'm looking for artists in Germany, in Toronto. I just want to go there. I just want to meet people, and I just want to release Dream Track
Wow.
and make
That's
and of course make an album out of it.
Oh wow, that's incredible. Do you have any potential collaborators for other countries that you already thought about?
Yes, actually, for Germany, I'm talking with Avayon because I'm a big fan.
Uh-huh.
For the US, I'm talking with Dylan Francis,
Oh wow.
and
Okay.
I'm just super easy to. I mean, just send me some names. I'd be super
Mhm.
happy.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Perfect.
down.
We'll try and get involved too.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
get
make it
some names.
happen.
Please, please. I want to come to Toronto. I need an excuse to come to Toronto, Sasha. So yes, please.
Exactly.
Not one time.
I just wanted to quickly also, if we could dive into the production of Halo a bit, what was that moment that you felt, okay, this is Halo is going to stand out compared to all the rest? What is your favorite production technique that you used that you felt was something that you really wanted to show to the world?
I'm super super excited and happy to share the way I produce.
Uh-huh.
And I think we're always looking for new plugins, new technique, new stuff. And sometimes we forget that we have already a lot on our system. And there's a plugin that I use a lot at the moment called Transgate. And if you
Mhm.
go, I'm gonna give you exactly. It's from Kilohertz. It's a
Mhm.
very small plugin, Transgate. And if you go on the details on the preset, it gives you always such a big power. And I think I used this one on Halo a lot. And if I'm being totally honest, the melody that created Tribs, "Halo on the floor, she's moving
Mhm.
like I've never seen before." That was a really cool melody.
Mhm.
He
Mhm.
came with it, and I was like, "Yes, let's do this." So he was also creative and also very into the process.
Wow. That sounds very inspirational.
Cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. So speaking about the creative process, I know your fans love watching you build a song in real time, but when the camera is rolling, what's your usual starting point? Is it melody, rhythm, or something more intuitive for you? Because it does get challenging, right? So I'm just curious how your mind works in that sense.
Well, it might be the most difficult question for me now. I would say, you know what? I would say it's always different.
Mhm.
There's always a new way to do it. Sometimes I'm really not inspired, so I
Mhm.
just go on Splice and I just play with some samples. Sometimes I just play keyboard here in the studio. Sometimes it's a memo that I have. Sometimes it's a collaboration with someone who gives me a melody. It's always different. It depends also on the mood, on the vibe. For example, every Thursday I release a remix free. I just put this remix on SoundCloud, on Hypedit, and we just, I mean, I just share it. Most of the time, it's more or less club,
Mm-hmm.
like bass house, tech house.
Mm-hmm.
So now I know probably tonight, French time, I would produce online on Twitch
Mm-hmm.
the remix I want to do of Bergain, the Rosalia song. I will
Mm-hmm.
try. I know
Oh,
there was a lot of remix, and I have the feeling that most of the remix that went out and viral, they
yeah.
are techno and art tech. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I didn't
Uh-huh.
really find a Clooney night funk, a
Uh-huh.
cool
Uh-huh.
version of it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not saying I will do it. I'm saying I will try.
Uh-huh.
That's a good approach.
Thanks.
So, do you feel a lot of pressure creating something so quickly on camera, or do you find that like this kind of spontaneity actually fuels your best ideas?
For many years, I felt the pressure because
Mm-hmm.
I knew I needed to have music, more music, a lot of music to be on tour, to
Mm-hmm.
be sharing, like only sharing on like under the decks.
Yeah.
And I remember having this discussion with one of my favorite producer ever, Tony
Mhm.
Romera. He's a
Mhm.
French producer. He's amazing. And I saw the way he was working in his studio, and I was like, "Bro, your your program, your interface is a bit messy, you know." And he told me, "Oh, fuck that! Like the most important is the result." And I was like, "Oh yes. I mean, do you have another advice?" And he told me, "Yeah, you know what? Stop asking yourself too many questions." And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, it might be cheesy, it might be a bit cliche, like for an
Mhm.
advice, just like don't ask yourself too many questions. Okay, might be. But when it comes from the right person, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan from this artist, he's for me the most creative and the most talented French producer at the moment.
Mhm.
When he told me that, I was like, you know what? I'll try. And I try to not go too deep on the process, not go too deep on the way I was thinking about the song, the way I was thinking about the way I was producing or whatever.
Yeah.
And at the end, I just stopped thinking too much and I
Mm-hmm.
was just doing. And that would be the advice that I kept. Sometimes people asking me, "Do you have an advice maybe for the young generation?" I'm like, "Hey, bro, guys, I'm not there yet. I'm still like trying to do my stuff. But if I had only one advice, I would say just do without asking you too many questions. This is like the best advice I've received."
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Overthinking is real. I think
Yes.
for a lot of us, and the more creative and talented you are, actually, the more you struggle with it. So I
Thank
think
you,
very
Sasha.
good advice. Yeah.
I totally forgot the word overthinking, and because of you, now I have it.
Yeah, I only remember because I do it every day.
As you also do. But on that note, what I wanted to also ask about was if you had specific habits or rituals that keep you grounded in that space of creativity, something that you just like not a mantra necessarily, but just a ritual that you go by that can always keep you in that zone to produce creatively.
For me, the key as a producer is to keep working all the time. But
Mm,
like I have like kind of every like every Monday there is something. Every Thursday there is a remix. Every Monday there is a dream track. Every Saturday, Sunday, I'll be online on Instagram and TikTok posting new stuff. So the
Mhm.
regularity is the
Mhm.
key for me. Like I'm trying my best to be always, even if it's not crazy. I know on Monday, Thursday, uh, Saturday, and Sunday that I will post something
Mhm.
because sometimes the algorithm knows you, like it
Mhm.
knows so much.
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm. And
absolutely.
there's also one thing on regularity also. I have a friend of mine who also produces, obviously like not the same scale as you, but something he told me was when he produces tracks and composes tracks, he likes finishing every single track that he starts so that he can, instead of just starting something and then just leaving it off in his files and never visiting again, he finishes the track so he gets into that regularity of finishing and producing a track so that when that one track comes up that you really want to let shine, then you're already in that flow of everything. So I think that also works well with the regularity that you go by.
I can tell you your friend is someone really cool, first. And I also can tell you that this is one of my biggest problem. I start so many, you know what? It's exactly the same in love. Starting but never finishing. It's always
Mhm.
like you go on a date and you don't know, and you go on another date and you don't know. I don't know how is it for you guys, but the way I produce it's exactly the same. I
Mm,
start a project and I have like 300 projects on the way and I didn't finish any of it. And
Mhm.
my manager is like coming every 2 hours like, "Did you finish this track?" And I'm like, there's this new sound from Fred again. I will be inspired of it." And oh my god, finishing a song is a mess for me.
mm. Yeah, yeah. For my friend, also, I have also another friend that they're like completely opposed in that sense. He also starts loads of things and then he doesn't finish them. But I mean, everyone has their own system that works.
Yes,
But
I guess so.
No,
exactly.
I'm the same. I get that.
You're an artist as well, Sasha?
Sometimes when I'm particularly sad,
Oh,
that
come
one artist
on.
comes out.
She's more in like rock, gothic rock, dark wave.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I think Fred again and you, Mosimann, that would be a nice collab too.
Mhm.
I dream of it.
That would
Uh,
be actually
he's
because
he's he's the goat for me now at the moment.
like with
He's,
his like streams and everything.
it's yes, absolutely, and he's like, how can I say that? He's aligned. He's
Mm-hmm.
like for me the most aligned artist that I know. He
Mm-hmm.
knows exactly what he wants with this massive success or not. I have the feeling that I will do exactly the same way,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. But speaking of success, I mean, your dream tour 2026 is already making noise. You sold out Zenith Paris Arena in 24 hours.
Yes.
Is that true?
It's,
That's
yeah,
huge.
yeah, it's true. It's crazy. I mean, I I don't
Yeah,
believe
and
it,
you
but
just
yes,
said
it's
a
true.
second day too. That's amazing.
It's crazy. Yeah, like the success with this tour is I don't understand. I'm super happy, and I see people they like the fact that someone is buying a ticket to see one of my show, it means a lot to me. Really, it's like one of the most important thing you could do to support an artist. You can leave a comment, that's already something, but coming to the show, being there,
Mm,
this is the ultimate uh, stuff for
Mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be playing in London, Barcelona, Frankfurt, but
yeah.
not Russia and not Toronto yet.
Mm.
Sasha, you would have to move at least for it in Europe. But I'll come to the US.
She'll come
Yeah,
to
I'll come
Paris.
to you in Europe, but you have to make
Oh,
it.
if you guys want to come to Paris, please come to Paris. There, I'll be super happy to invite you.
Mm,
Well,
yeah, for sure.
as a final question, is there anything in particular that your fans should expect from this show? Is there something new that you want to present them, or is there, what are you excited about the most to show your fans?
I'm excited to start from scratch
Mm-hmm.
because what is like the most exciting thing for me as a DJ is to start a DJ set without knowing where I go. I love that.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, it depends on the time I'm playing, it depends on the city,
Mm-hmm.
on the country. I don't know. I love to just put my intro, being there. Maybe the DJ before it was like playing Arctic or whatever, so I'm gonna go start slowly again. That's what I love. On
Mm-hmm.
this show, it's different. There is 16 people working on that show
Mhm.
live, with the light, with the FX. So I have to work in advance. So this is something new for me. I have to prepare my set.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope it's gonna be okay. And I hope people will love it. but I will try to sing more, to make more drums, keyboard, scratching, playing,
Mhm.
like to keep the interactivity with the audience
Mhm.
there, you know.
You will succeed, you'll more than try.
Thank you, Johan, thank you.
Et juste pour finir l'interview, juste si tu as un message pour les fans français sur le channel Fantasy, il y a quelque chose que tu veux dire en particulier à tes fans français?
Bah, les fans français, c'est les premiers, hein, j'ai envie de dire, c'est les meilleurs. C'est le début, c'est de là que tout part et je suis hyper reconnaissant parce que ça fait, tu sais, j'ai entendu cette phrase aujourd'hui qui dit il faut 15 ans pour réussir du jour au lendemain. Moi, j'ai
Mhm.
l'impression que ces 15 dernières années, les gens étaient là et les gens en question, c'était les Français qui m'ont soutenu dans les
Mhm.
petits clubs, dans les plus gros clubs, qui
Mhm.
aujourd'hui me soutiennent pour venir me voir dans les zéniths. Donc bah,
Mhm.
franchement, ça me fait chaud au cœur. Je trouve ça fou, moi.
Ouais, non, c'est incroyable. Aussi, même si tu as commencé sur Star Academy en
Ouais,
2008, ça a commencé en France. Et je me
ouais, bien
rappelle,
sûr.
moi, j'ai regardé Star Academy, mais
C'est vrai.
ouais, parce que j'étais là, mes parents le regardaient sur TF1, mais j'ai pas cliqué, genre que c'était
Non,
toi, en fait.
et les gens, c'est quoi, les gens, ils ont pas capté, ils savent pas, c'est fou.
Non,
Mais ça me va, hein, moi j'avais adoré faire ce show, mais c'est vrai que ça avait tellement rien à voir avec ce que je fais aujourd'hui que je crois que les
ouais.
gens ont zappé, ouais.
Bon, ouais, mais c'était le début, surtout. Mais going back to English.
Yeah, sorry, sorry, sorry.
I totally
um,
understood
you
everything.
understood everything, Sasha. But yeah, if Sasha, you don't have anything else, I
No,
think
I
we
just
can.
wanted to say thanks, Mosimann, for this
Thank
fantasy
you, thank
exclusive.
you.
We can't wait to see you live. Hopefully, we're going to all those shows with Johan. Let's see.
Yeah, we are.
It was really a pleasure to be with you guys.
It was a real pleasure to meet you too. And we wish you the greatest of success for everything you do. And
Thank you so
we
much.
hope to see you soon.
Yeah,
Yes, anytime,
absolutely.
anytime.